Hi guys, welcome back. It was a crazy day today at the end of the day in the market. So let's recap. Last time I posted my video, the market was trading sideways. It made a big bounce and it was at a very key point. It could either break out and go higher from here, or it was gonna roll over like we talked about. So it kind of traded sideways, kind of faked us out a little bit for a day. Even most of today was kind of sideways trading, but then at the end of the day was a huge dump. Okay, we got this massive 4-hour candle that closed right at the bottom of the day, or right at the bottom of the range, and on top of that there was elevated selling volume. Okay, that's huge. This huge candle, which with no wick here at the bottom, encompassed with this increased selling volume. That means that there's going to be more selling ahead, more than likely. So we talked about potentially in the last video, we talked about how we may come down here and trade sideways for a bit. But now here's the deal. If we go into tomorrow and there's still this elevated selling volume, we're going to slice right through this for sure if the volume stays elevated. So what you want to do tomorrow is look at it probably hour by hour. I mean, look at this huge hourly candle, this huge volume bar to end the day. If the candles tomorrow are the same size or taller than these candles, I mean, expect this thing to continue falling. So that's where we're kind of headed in the S&P. Now let's check the other trade that we talked about last time, which was AMD, which worked out perfectly. Alright, so here's AMD. Last time we talked about these 4 days right here, how AMD was consolidating. Every time it dipped down, it would get bought up really quickly. And that was shown by this big lower wick here, and then here. Well, also talked about how we could have some news going into the start of the day that would bring this down, and that would be a good point to buy this. And I mean, if you did not buy within the first minute of AMD opening, you missed part of this huge run up, because AMD was long and it was strong all day yesterday. Like literally, if you did not buy in the first minute, this thing got away from you. So that trade worked out well. We bought in early, rode this up the rest of the day. Saw some weakness coming into the day and sold it off. Now, here's the deal with all this stuff the deal with trading individual stocks is that they go as the entire market goes. AMD has an awesome setup, or had an awesome setup to break out. AMD was set up perfectly to break out and then continue higher going forward. The breakout yesterday was real. It was aggressive, it was hard, it did not let up, and it was on increased buying volume. But unfortunately, with the entire market just rolling over, it killed this play. So what I'm expecting for AMD, best case scenario for AMD is for it's probably going to come back down into this channel, trade within this channel again, and then when the market decides it wants to bounce, I feel like AMD is going to be one of the first individual stocks to come out of this and bounce really hard. Any of the tech stocks really that have been doing really good, like AMD, Apple, Microsoft, Amazon's one that I'm watching very closely. They're going to come out of this hard once the market really once it flushes out and then makes its real bounce attempt. But if you did choose to play AMD, congrats, because yesterday was an awesome day, but unfortunately we ran into some volatility. Going back to the SPY chart, or the chart for the S&P, here's what I'm watching. Now, the volume profile is huge right here. So what's going to happen? So when the volume profile has these long blue nodes, or however you want to call them, there's a lot of support there. There are a lot of buyers, and price can be supported in that area. Once we fall out of that area, that opens up the door for things to fall further. So what we want to look out for is, this is the last, right here is probably the last, this is probably the line in the sand right here, this area. What is this? 2764. I would say that if price cannot hold 2764, if price slices through that area on big bear volume, then we are for sure going to keep falling, keep falling, keep falling somewhere down to this area. This would be the first area of support, the 2650-ish level. And then if it breaks that, then you're coming down here to 2575. And I mean, it remains to be seen, but this would be in this area. It's not very clear. It's kind of cloudy. That's where you would be looking for your support here. So just got to keep a watch out. The bear volume in this level is the first thing we have to watch out for. Big bear volume in the break of 2770, let's say. Big bear volume 2770. That's what we got to watch first. If we break through there, expect more selling. If we hold that area, expect to trade sideways for a bit. That is it. Thank you guys so much. Make sure you like, leave a comment, subscribe, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.